I'm Idiotech, and today I want to discuss games journalism, the role of critics, independent critics in particular, and I also want to talk about tribalism and fanboys, because it's something that's been bothering me for quite a while now. On the subject of critics, I just want to say it's very important that you as a consumer support independent critics like myself, like Total Biscuit, like Angry Joe, Worth the Buy, or Angry Centaur, whoever you like. It doesn't matter. Independent critics are important for this reason and this reason alone. We do not have an incentive to tell you that a game is good when it isn't good, whereas the mainstream journalists do. And the reason for that is simply because they have to maintain a positive publisher relationship, so they gain early access to products, so they get clicks, so they make revenue. Most of the time on YouTube, we don't get clicks because we have early access to something. We get clicks because people value our opinion. And that's a fundamental difference between the independent critic scene and the mainstream journalistic press. And I want you to keep that in mind because it's very important when considering what I'm about to say. Fanboys on YouTube are bad for this industry. Fanboys on Reddit, wherever you find them, it doesn't matter. They are bad for this industry because they go out of their way to silence negative criticism of products. And usually that negative criticism comes from people like me, people who buy the game and give you their unbridled opinion on that game without any bias. Now, some of you are going to say I'm biased, and I have many biases when it comes to reviewing games. They're art after all, and art is subjective. But the point is that I am not limited in any way in what I can tell you. And that's fundamentally important. And fanboys go out of their way to silence people like me, silence people like Total Biscuit, etc., etc. And that's not good for this industry. And if you're a moderate gamer, if you're someone who tends not to comment in the comments section, or you don't comment on Reddit or whatever, you are being hurt by these people because your voice is never heard, mostly because you don't put it out there, but also because it gets overwhelmed by these crazy loud vocal minority people. And then consumers go to Reddit and they see on /gaming, for example, they see, oh, Fallout 4, Fallout 4, Fallout 4. It's just all Fallout 4 memes and spam and love and a big circle jerk for Fallout 4. And so everyone goes, oh, that must be good. And then they go to Steam and they see the Steam reviews and they're all funny reviews or, you know, whatever, like this game, like I shot a guy in the head or whatever, 10 out of 10, whatever the fuck it is they say. Like they see all the overwhelmingly positive reviews, and then they go to IGN and GameSpot and they see 9.5, 9 out of 10, where they gloss over all the game's issues. And then they go and buy the game. And then that tells Bethesda that they did a good job. And that's a fundamental problem because they don't pay attention to what it is you say in the comments section. They don't listen to my videos. They may listen to Total Biscuits, I don't know, but he didn't make one on Fallout 4, so it's kind of irrelevant. They don't listen to what people say. They look at the numbers, and I know this from personal experience. When I wanted to know whether my game was good or whether a certain feature was working, I would look at the stats. There's no way I would look at the forums because the forums were inherently biased. The only people that go to forums are people who have a problem with the game. It's very unlikely that you'll find positive criticism or praise of your game in the forums on Steam, for example. That just really doesn't happen. People go there for support. So you can't look at that to get an accurate view of whether or not a feature you've implemented or your game overall is working and is successful. What you look at is statistics and your bottom line. If people are buying your game, you did a good job. And in the case of Bethesda, they sold a ludicrous number of copies over the first 24-hour period, and they made a ton of money. So Bethesda is sitting there right now saying, well, we did a good job. We were successful. And look, they were in many ways. Fallout 4 is a great game, but it has a huge number of issues, and unless people like me and people like you say something about this, unless we make our voices heard over the fanboys, right? The people who evangelize for these companies for whatever reason, unless we make our voices heard, and people like Total Biscuit and me and Angry Joe and all the smaller ones and Worth a Buy and Angry Centaur and whoever it is that you like, unless those critics are promoted and supported, instead of people trying to silence us and come to our channels and tell everyone in the comments section that we're biased and we're lying and we're presenting misinformation or whatever the hell it is they say. Unless you support those people and you yourself as a moderate get out there and tell people what it is you think of games and you tell publishers and you vote with your wallet, and if you don't like something, you don't pre-order, you don't buy the game, unless you do that as a moderate gamer, then the industry is going to continue the way it's continuing right now. And that's single-player games packed with microtransactions, day one DLC, buggy games that don't work on release, etc., etc. We need people to say something about this, we need those people to be heard, and we need the moderates to overwhelm the crazy fanboys. If you are a fanboy and you're watching for some reason, which you're probably not, you probably already turned this video off, but let's say you are still watching, you are a marketing department's dream. If you can get, in business, if you can get a large portion of your customer base to become so loyal that they will go out of their way to go to Reddit, to go to YouTube, and defend your product to the death, then you have a dream. It's a dream situation for a marketing team. It's the best form of marketing you can get, and you're not paying for it. That doesn't benefit you. So if you are one of those people, please reconsider your position, because as a consumer, it doesn't benefit you to deny the things that are wrong with the products that you have bought, and it only helps the people taking money out of your wallet. I would be very interested to hear what you all think about this topic below, so please let me know in the comments. If you want to support the channel, please like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.